Homosexuals, what a day. Nah, what a night. It's so damn late. It's past 10 p.m. and I am always out of the gym by like 7, maybe 8. And my grundle is thoroughly pumped and worked and trampled through. Don't get me wrong. Wonderful workout. The clean and jerks felt pretty smooth. I was really tired in my core. But, you know, all in all, the form was really good, got better. Most of the sets, there was 1 or 2 or 3 where I did rush the split jerk a little bit. That's just kind of anytime your core is weakened or you don't have as much stability, I guess you could say, that core confidence, it's always going to be a little bit harder to get a solid hip drive as you're coming to the top of the explosive movement, you know, before your feet slap the ground, and that will inevitably make your front foot land like just that half a second too early. So I leaned forward just slightly on a couple of them. It's not something I do typically, but the last set was the best set. You know, I fucking locked it in. You know, I got nothing left to lose, so I just whipped that bitch as hard as I could, and I just, you know, felt great. And you know, today was so nice, but also excruciating because I got to get on the bench again. It's the first time I've actually like programmed it with like a normal program cycle without going back and forth on what I'm trying to do or not knowing exactly how I want to train or going back and forth with my knee. It was just some nice confident benching. It was a little shaky. It was a little scary at first. Don't get me wrong. It's been months since I've gone over 2 plates. It's fucking terrifying to try out heavy weight on a exercise that you hurt yourself on, but it's moving, and I've got that experience now. I went through everything with great form. It felt very fluent. There was like one where I leaned a little on my left on accident, but I rerouted it, got it stabilized, and, you know, just had a great time. Got a great chest pump. It's been a long time since I felt the mommy milkers really bust through my shirt. But yeah, it was great. I don't have any isometrics for my quad today. I decided that it would be best to do them in the morning and potentially at night after my workout, just because it's not something that I need to do weighted, so I don't strain my knee more. And, you know, like with the single leg wall sits or the single leg like minimal range of motion pistol squats, those are the main ones. Like, those are the ones that help the most. So I can do that at home, and it was really, really draining on my legs, and vice versa. That attacks my core inadvertently because my legs, you know, they directly correlate with how strong I'm going to be able to squat up using my whole trunk. And it was not exactly where I wanted it to be today. But again, very good. I'm very happy with it. I'm going to make sure, tomorrow's my rest day, so I'm going to make sure I hound down on getting those isometrics consistent so that I don't mess up my knee. And I think it'll actually be better to have that quad strength built up before I get into the gym without doing it right before my lift, you know, because then I won't be super strained. My quads won't feel too tight, but I'll also have that confidence right where I want it to be so I can lift with maximum potential. Anyway, physically, I will give it an 8.6. That feels pretty good. You know, I like giving you guys just the first number that kind of pops in my head because that's just the raw what my brain was feeling, you know. And it was honestly a great workout. It did not feel great getting into it. I got to the gym really late. I had a lot of stuff going on today in the personal life, so it was just kind of rough. But, you know, those are the days where you gotta push through with the best consistency, discipline, and passion as you can, you know, really following through in your form and your strength training when your body is at an all-time low will simultaneously give you the best potential for growth when you come back at 100%, when you've got that optimal amount of rest. Especially now that I've done this, I will be able to come back day after tomorrow when I rest fully, and I will crush my next snatch day. I'm so excited to get back into that slightly heavier weight, you know. Otherwise, mentally, we're feeling good now. A lot of stuff went down today. We'll get into it, but I'm feeling at I'll just give it a flat 8, honestly. It feels really down the middle, down the straight road. Nothing too special or out of the norm. It led to be a much better day, but I got very emotionally drained, partway through, and that is really tough on the gym. Luckily, through communication and being adults with good emotional maturity, we work through our shit and we push through and we commit to going to the gym instead of having a shitty day and being like, oh, I'm not feeling that great. It's a little too late. I'm going to just go tomorrow. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit right there. I am never, if I can fucking help it, gonna miss the gym. Of course, if it's a very important family emergency, or if I am literally sick or dying, or I feel like I will get injured, that kind of stuff, sure. But if it's just a mental thing, abso-fucking-lutely I'm going to the fucking gym. God damn it. I don't care what I went through. That's what's going to make me more positive, productive, and happy in my personal life with my own personal efforts. That's what gives you that purpose. So anyway, I had a little bit of a back and forth today. My girlfriend's had a lot of issues with the company she works for. Some illegal stuff going on. I don't want to get specific, but it's really fucked up. But what is so unfortunate is when it's about people's money, it goes one of two ways. And it typically goes one way. I'm sure you can probably guess. But it either goes, everybody's like, okay, well, we're all friends. We're on the same team. Let's work as a team and try to see if we can all get our money back and see if we can make everything equal and fair again so that we can have a great dynamic and a great communication and workplace that we can continue coming back to with a passion, with a purpose. Or B, which happens way more than I truly would like it to. When money gets involved, not that people are greedy, but in this life, it is really hard not to focus on looking out for yourself in these kinds of situations. It's normal. It's not like anybody's in the wrong or anything. It makes sense that you'd want to worry about how much you're making and what you got to do to protect yourself. But when you're on a team schedule and a team corporation, going back on the people that have been there for you is one of the biggest mistakes I think I've ever witnessed. It not only topples whatever trust you've built up throughout that time, no matter how long you've been with the company, with those people, with those coworkers, that change of attitude when a materialistic benefit gets in the way of what's truly correct when it comes to your relationships and what is best for your longevity. Like I'm saying with the gym, it's not about putting up a giant heavyweight PR every single day. It's the effort you put on those semi-difficult weights along the way so that you can build it up slowly and do great in the long run without hurting yourself, both physically and mentally. Look at me with my knee. You've seen me. I've gone through it, but we're doing better than ever because I'm continuing to put in that consistency, discipline, and passion. Same thing for work, man. And I see these people that I don't really know, but I kind of know, that have been close with my girlfriend for so long. And at the end of it, half of them aren't even listening to each other because all they care about right now is they're in this fear mode where they're like, if I don't act now and protect myself now and not worry about everybody else, then I'm going to be left in the gutters. And everybody's got this fear that everyone's out to get them. And I'll tell you right now that the only reason that you're going to go downhill and people are going to come after you is if you treat them that way. Becoming the aggressor in a situation, and I'm not talking about just some physical violence. I'm talking about being the one that, interjects, that stirs the pot, if you will, and makes a negative situation even more negative. It truly does not help whatsoever, especially if you guys are not the ones who own or manage the company. If you're just the people working in the bottom of the barrel jobs, you're going to get kicked out first for doing that shit, and you're going to get nothing back. So why give the people above you that are fucking you over more ammunition to take you down with. You know, they're already, it's so goddamn unfortunate. I see so many managers get in these positions where they put in 110% every day. They're the best employee of the month every month, and they finally get to that position and they just immediately make it this big cushy job where they don't have to do much work. They can just kind of sit at the computer and have everybody else run the restaurant like an owner would tell their managers to do. But god damn it, you're not the one who owns the restaurant. The manager is supposed to have the toughest job that requires the most effort, that requires the most attention and care, so that the rest of the people working under that manager can work with the utmost efficiency, productivity, but also togetherness, you know? Because I swear to God, man, we're all human. You know, why wouldn't you want to link together with the only other people that might lift you up in a shitty situation? Because if you lose the trust of your coworkers for your own shitty actions, the moment you fuck up, they're going to drive you right under the fucking bus right away. So what's the point if it's all going to come back to you? That's just fucking karma. Why not build up a great rapport for yourself where you know you've done everything right to yourself and your fellow coworkers for the betterment of not only the company and the things that you stand for in that business, but also for the sake of just everyone having a good environment that doesn't tank one's financial and mental stability, you know? I don't know. You know, I know there's a lot of people that will be like, oh, no, you got to look out for yourself. This world's cutthroat, whatever. But I truly believe that when you put that much emphasis and that much importance on money over people, that's when we start losing ourselves. You know, that's when we start losing our purpose and the passion that we once drove for to do our absolute best. Not for the people around us, but for yourself, and making yourself feel selfishly selfless. You know, I say that all the time. I try to be as good a person as I can and support those around me, not because I'm trying to be some fucking messiah or be this goody two-shoes and get everybody to owe me one. Nobody owes me shit. Credit does not matter at all. Getting something back for giving something, waste of time. I purely give my support and positivity to the people that I love around me because it makes me happy. That alone can give me enough purpose to keep living every day with a goddamn smile on my face. You know, you don't need a lot more than that. I tell you guys all the time, if you've got your food, water, shelter down, that's what's necessary. Those are the things you got to have locked down. And it is not that difficult to have that locked down unless you are spending all your money on these expensive ass foods. And I know rent is crazy, but I have seen so much shit that I fully believe there's always a path where you can make it work, no matter the situation, no matter what. That's the mindset you have to have, you know. And my girlfriend kind of imploded about all this shit today, and I told her, I know everything's crazy right now. We got to be emotional in the moment. It's inevitable. We're human. We got to get that out so we can express ourselves and feel better later on, so we can screw our head on straight after the fact and see what we can do to walk forward with some positivity and productivity in our life. But you gotta, the reason that I don't roll over and explode and give up is because I have the mental fucking fortitude that no matter what I go through, I will be okay. I'm alive. I have people in my life. I love the people around me and the things that I choose to do. We work with life. Life does not work with us. But we can at least choose the steps that we take to make the best life possible. Even if it's all going to be a mystery of how it's going to end up. The only thing I can control, my girlfriend can control, are the steps that we choose to take every single day to potentially lead the best life possible, no matter what. You know, it's, you know, when you really truly believe in yourself to that extent that you will always be all right, no matter what happens to you, that's when you start fucking living. That's what I think. You know, that's when you really stop worrying about all the extra bullshit that everybody teaches you to worry about growing up, and you just start taking your own life by the balls and fucking running it. I've gone on long enough. It's been a long day. I just had to get that out. I haven't really gotten to talk about it much, and it was a lot, but we did get to talk through it enough to where understood each other, loved each other, and communicated to the point where we could actually continue having a great positive environment with one another. That's what's important. God damn it. That personal relationship. So I will be back day after tomorrow. It's my rest day tomorrow. So I'm going to fully relax, eat some fucking ice cream, something. I'm going to take a big old chill pill. And I really appreciate whoever wanted to stick around and hear it out. You know, I know it was a bit more of a serious one. You know, we can't fuck around all the time, but either way, I'm just as passionate and I love life just as much. So let me know how your lives and lists have been going. Love hearing about it. And I will be back. I love you. I mean that shit to the moon and back. I'll be back. See ya.